Hello, butterflies. Good morning and happy Friday. Okay. If this is your first time here, my name is Brianna Michelle, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I am picking up my niece from school because they get out of school early. I got last time I checked my TikTok shop, I had 13 orders that needed to be packaged up, but that was when I had one book. What was it? I had a video. Okay, so let's talk. We're gonna talk content strategy, all that stuff today because I feel like this is stuff that needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about. Also, let me show y'all my Valentine's Day mug that I bought in the last vlog. I want to actually use it. Speaking of that vlog, oh, I need to edit that vlog. Anyway, this is my mug. It's so cute. So let's talk. Let's talk about content. How my stuff has been going. I feel like we have not had like a content chat algorithm book marketing content. That's what I mean when I say content. I mean book marketing content. We haven't had one of those chats in a while. So I currently have, now granted, I have multiple times urged the book girlies, the author babes who have paperback shops to get a TikTok shop if they live in the US, right? Now, this, I don't know. I'm gonna try to persuade you guys to get a TikTok shop. If you are able to get a TikTok shop and you are able to keep inventory in stock, because it's been life changing. Okay, so I have another video that I posted a year ago about this. Because I feel like around this time last year, it was around this time last year, I had my first super viral video that made people take action and buy a book, right? Because it's cool to have viral videos like, oh my gosh, I went viral. But if you are a businesswoman or a business person and you have a video that goes viral, but it doesn't actually bring you any revenue, why do we actually care? Like, unless depending on where you are in, okay, that mug is kind of small. It's cute though. I mean, I knew it was small looking at it, but I'm like, this coffee fill it up a little bit. Anyway, unless you are, and I'm talking about book marketing content in itself. Like, I'm not talking about lifestyle content, even though we all know that I do that also, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about book marketing content as authors. So, like, what is the point of going viral if it's not leading people, leading people to go to Kindle Unlimited and buy your books, or to your website and buy your books, or wherever to buy said books, right? So, for me, I was like, wait a minute, things are going viral a little bit, and I like it like that. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me. You know, if you don't know that song, sorry to you. Okay, um, we lived a different life. Okay, this coffee. Y'all see where this coffee at the top, child? Ooh, get out, honey. All right, let me see. So yes, that is what I want to talk to you guys about today. Because, like I said in a previous video, um, why we playing? Why we playing? So let me get my coffee together and then I can sit down uninterrupted and talk to you guys about that. Okay, so let's talk strategy. And this is information that I give to my clients, who, or really any author who will listen. Okay, but I do have an author mentorship where I will come up with a book marketing strategy for an author to pick from and all of that jazz. So, but I'm tell you guys the power of doing it right, doing it the right way, right? Doing it the right way. Like, it's cute, it's fine, well and dandy when we are as authors like, yeah, I wrote this book because I really wanted to tell a story about a girl who went to the mall, and when she went to the mall, she found the love of her life because he was the owner of one of the stores in the mall, and she had just gotten kicked out from her family, and now she is also a fashion designer, but she didn't really know how to get started. And while she was inside of the store, she just so happened to wish that her creations were actually in that store along with yada yada blah blah, all the whole shebang. We don't need to hear the book from start to finish when you are, my do too tight, when you are marketing said book. Do we care as writers about that, as authors about that? Yes, absolutely. Because, the details matter. Do the readers care? No, unless it's a really cute me. Like, if you just want to get us, if you want to, like, what angle do you want to touch? What emotion do you want to hit when you are marketing your book? So I'm going to do this by example. I'm going to pick up one of my books and I'm going to tell you the full story, if I can, about what the book is about. And then I'm going to tell you what I tell people that the book is about. Hmm. We're gonna pick 24 hours, okay? 24 hours. We have Cassidy. Cassidy is sitting in a bar one day, and she's sitting with her best friend, throwing back shots. She's a she wolf, so she actually can't get drunk. But just for the sake of something to do, she's throwing back shots. So she's throwing back these shots, annoyed because her ex boyfriend, who also happens to be her best friend's brother, twin brother at that, has asked her a really audacious question. Okay, an audacious question, as men do. When they the bad ones. So Cassidy is like, bro, we been broke up a long time ago. Please, please, please leave me alone. Like, she's over this man. She's really over him, and she's pissed off because he just won't leave her alone after doing her wrong. Okay. So then Mia, who is Cassidy's best friend, is talking to her and just like, girl, I don't know. Like, this man is crazy. Now, granted, this is her brother, but she know her brother. Like, this man is crazy. I have no idea, girl. I'm so sorry. Like, do you need me? Da, 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 da. And Cassidy's like, girl, I promise I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not sad. I'm mad as fuck. That's the vibe. So then this guy comes in, and Mia's like, oh, hey, uncle. Hey, unc. What's going on? Da, 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 da. And this man's like, girl, I told you to stop calling me uncle a long time ago. Is this man her uncle? Yes. But they're like 5 years apart. Okay. So she like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, Cassidy, her wolf is trying to tell her something. And Cassidy is like, if I turn around, I know my life's going to change and look at this man. Because no, she's still facing this way, right? Pretending well, not pretending, she is taking big shots. Pretending that she's getting drunk when she's not. Still upset, facing this way. And the man, aka Luciano, and Mia Mia turned around to face her uncle. And Cassidy knows that she turned around to that her life is going to change because her wolf is trying to tell her something, and she's blocking the girl out. So she rushes past both of them and goes to the bathroom. When she's trying to get her life together because she's sweating, she hot, her heart is beating, she feels so much anxiety, she don't know what to do, how to feel. Her wolf is like, that's your mate. That's our mate. Our mate. Then she like, oh hell. She didn't know it was gonna feel like this, right? To find your faded mate. She goes outside the bathroom. Now she's talking. Now she introduces herself to Luciano. Mia escapes. She leaves. And now Cassidy is facing her vampire mate, who also happens to be her ex-boyfriend's uncle. They then talk. They go on vacation. They decide to spend 24 hours together because he works for Vampire Mafia, and that's all that he really has to give her. And then so they go to the beach. They go on a private island that his boss earned. Sorry, not earned. Owns. And he has given Luciano his own beach house, right? Like, well, Luciano paid for his own beach house over there. So Luciano is he got the private jet, and he's talking to his mate, and they're living it up, and they talk about life and family and da 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 da. And she's like, "Are you sure you want to be with me?" Like, I dated Melvin, and Luciano like, so I know that's my nephew, but whatever. And then what happens next? And then they come back into town because granted, they only have a few hours to spend together. So like 24 hours and whatever. They go back to Emberberg, which is where the city that they're from, and they go to visit Luciano's family because Luciano has not seen his sister, his nephew, his niece in a very long time because he works for the Black and Coven Mafia. It's a vampire mafia, and they don't get that much time off. Like, they're often traveling the world, figuring out stuff, wrecking up shit, all the things, right? So then you see how this is a long, long, and then I'm looking at the joint, at the time going up, and I already spent like 7 minutes telling y'all everything that happened in this book. We don't care about every single detail. The readers don't care about every single details because guess what? They still want to figure out something. They still want to find something. Sorry if y'all didn't read this book and I just told y'all the stuff that was going on. I didn't tell you everything. That's why I stopped where I was. But nobody cares. They do, but they don't. They want to still discover stuff when they read the book. So now instead, what I'm going, this is how I market this book. Hi guys, this is 24 hours. 24 hours is about a she-wolf named Cassidy who finds out that her ex-boyfriend's uncle is her fated mate, but they only have 24 hours to spend together because he works for a vampire mafia. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's one angle. I say, would you spend 24 hours with your ex-boyfriend's uncle, your cheating ex-boyfriend's uncle at that? He's a vampire, if it helps. And he's fine. And you're able to get your look back in front of your ex. Did that also help? Right? Like, that's it. Those are normally the two angles that I hit when it comes to marketing this book. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Figure out how to say what you want to say without saying it for too long. And this is a short book. This is a short book. Like, this book is, I think, 99 pages. 94 pages of good literary work. But it's like my longer books, like those books, some of those books over there, like where they at? Over there, they're way longer than 24 hours. So it's like, figure out how to, like, what angle you want to hit. For me, I want people to be surprised. I want people like, ooh, intrigued, curious, excited. Like that's what I want the girls to feel, the guys and the gays to feel when they come across my videos, and I'm talking about 24 hours. So figure out how you want them to feel. How can you tell us one piece of the book? Sum it up in 10 words or less. Say 30 words or less. Okay, I'm going to say 30 seconds or less, honestly. Now, you can go into a longer monologue, but make that monologue like 2 minutes, not 10, not 20, and not 8. And I know that it's hard. But it's something that you have to practice. It's something that you have to practice because my thing is we tend to give too much away. And then the readers are like, I don't want to read it. Or, oh, girl, you could have stopped there. You had me when you said vampire mafia. You had me when I get that a lot when I'm out at events. And they're like, oh, no, you had me when you said second chance romance. Sometimes we don't even need to go into the 30-second monologue because they're like, actually, this is good enough for me. So that is something that I want you guys to be able to master. If you find that, hey, I don't want to do this and I want to pay you to do it, send me an email at authorbriannamichelle@gmail.com. And we can chat, we can talk. And I will pat myself on the back because my clients who I worked with and I gave them this book marketing content, it has worked. My recent client, she just told me that she tripled her KDP pages read from last month because we talked. Well, no, that was that was the beginning of this month. I checked in with her from January. So we had our consultation in January. So she applied it, and she's been applying it. And she hasn't even been posting like 3 times a day, or she hasn't even been posting consistently like every day. She probably posts like 3 times a week, and she's already noticed a difference in just the way that she has been marketing, and she's been getting traffic to her website. People have been buying books from her website. They've been reading her books on Kindle Unlimited. And it's like, that's all that I want. That's all that I want. I just want to help authors make money because not every author, it has that readership already. They don't have that readership already. I have a readership, which I'm very grateful for my readers. I love y'all down, POP, hold it down. But I want my readers, I want to get more readers and more readers and more readers. Like, I like to think if authors who are already big name authors, if they marketed even a little more than they do now, you'll get even more readers. And like, that's the thing. Like, think about Walmart and Levi's, and I'm trying to think of brand names, okay? But the skincare product brands and all the commercials we see, and Chipotle and McDonald's and blah 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 blah. We see commercials, ads from them all day, every day. Why shall you be any different? Why shall authors be different? Why do authors think that they don't have to market? Especially if you're an indie author, like, that's kind of what you signed up for, Bookie. And I guess you also have to think and ask yourself, like, what kind of author do you want to be? Where do you want your career to go? Because everybody has different career goals, aspirations. Like, I I want to be on top. Like, I want to go. I want to be on top. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to go. I want to go to the top. Okay. I want my criminal minds inspired romance stories to get adapted into film. They could be great movies. They could be a TV show. Okay. I want some rom-coms. If the Manfrey brothers also got adapted into TV or film, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. Okay, I want some of my books to be traditionally published. Okay, I want to be a hybrid author. I want to be on talk shows and TED Talks and podcast interviews, talking about love, talking about romance, talking about mental health. I want to be on top. I want to be a 7-figure author. Really 8. Really, really 8. But, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Think about where you want to go and what you need to do to get there. For me, talking about my books on social media is a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. Now, I just so happen to have a TikTok shop that does well, and I'm not upset at that because that's a whole market of readers over there that we sometimes miss because, and this is if you want one and you haven't, if you were thinking about, sorry, this is for those who were thinking about getting a TikTok shop and decided like haven't gotten one yet, like is that kind of thing. For those who are like, I don't want, or if you're like, I don't want to because I want people to come to my website. Okay, they can come to your website. But are you telling people to go to your website? Are you marketing and making videos and telling people like, hey, I want to sell this many books by this time? So I've been doing a tracker, setting a goal and sharing that goal online since last year. Last year, I wanted to sell 3,000 books. I don't know how many. I think I sold 700 books last year. And I just meant like off my TikTok shop. And I said, okay, I want 50 orders this month. I think we were at 17 the other day, 20 something days ago when I posted this video online. And now granted, it's a whole algorithm of people over there. The algorithm is crazy. It does not work for everybody all the time. So if you're like, girl, I've been posting and they're not doing what they need to do. I understand. Don't shoot the messenger. I do, in fact, understand because they do be playing around like that. But for those who are like, I'm not really posting, or I have a TikTok shop and I'm not posting, or I have a website and I'm not posting, make videos. Consistency will get you somewhere. And I know you're probably like, how do you know? Because sometimes my videos do 100 views. Sometimes they do 900 views. Sometimes they do 1,000 views. Sometimes they do 10,000 views. And this is Instagram, TikTok, and what's this app we on? And YouTube Shorts. But my thing is, you won't know if you don't give the algorithm a chance to play around in your face. If you ain't posting and giving them time to play around in your face, like sometimes my video do zero views. Next one got 100 views. What if 10 people from that 100 view video go to buy a book online on your website, on your TikTok shop? Those 10 orders may have just made you $150. Like we have to retrain the way our brains are thinking about this. Like going viral does not always mean that you're going to get the sales. It don't mean that at all. Because some of my videos that go viral, it don't be getting the sales. I just don't. But what I do get is visibility. All last year, when I went outside, shout out to all my butterflies who I met last year at a book event, or even caught me in the wild. Okay, a few people done caught me in the wild. Somebody done caught me at the library. Somebody caught me at where was I? I was at Darney Park with my family. No lie, hey girl. And I feel like somebody else caught me somewhere too, but I don't remember where. And then like out in, we call it out in the wild as an author. And then, caught me at these book events. And the one thing that I heard last year was like, oh my God, I saw you on TikTok. Oh my God, I saw your videos. Oh my God, I saw you on Instagram. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because that means all of the hard work that I have been doing with being consistent online, even a little bit, has brought me visibility. That made people be like, oh, I recognize that book title. And they came over and bought books. They did, y'all. So, if I'm being harsh, I'm only a little bit sorry. Because, I just want to help y'all. So this video, that's the end of this video. I'm I don't even want to go into a whole vlog. This is a content strategy video. Okay, a content strategy video. I done gave y'all a lot of information in this almost 20 to 21 minute video, or however long this video is. Apply it, use it, write it down, figure it out, because you guys, there's no reason, unless you're just like, hey, I don't want to make money from my books, or hey, I think it's impossible to make money from my books. And that I say that is very untrue. I published my first book in 2021. I think I made that year like $400 that year. Yeah, because I was doing paperbacks. I don't know. I've always been like a paperback girl selling paperbacks. So I made like $400 that first month. I had a book release party. I was going to vendor events. I was outside, honey. 2022, probably less than 400. 2023, we made what? I don't know. My computer's not in front of me. We made probably under 1,000, maybe. I think 2024, I made $9,000 in total. You see how it just keep going up? It just joop, 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 joop. Last year, I matched what I make at my 9 to 5. You see how it just keep going up? You see how it just keep going up? Because I found something that works for me. Okay. If you don't want to be online, there are other ways to make money. If you live in a town that has a lot of, or a city that has a lot of small business events where the vendor fee is like $75. Or if you're like, hey, building up your email list, meeting people on the street, talking to magazines, paying for ads on Amazon, paying for ads on social media, but you don't want to like be the face of your content. There are a lot of amazing authors out here. Evie Daniels is one, and she makes faceless content. I don't know who this lady is. I don't know who she is at all. But her content is awesome. And I'm gonna show you. She don't show her face. Not one bit. She don't want to show her face. And I have no idea. I could walk past this lady tomorrow and not even know. Let me see. This this is her page. This is her page. Just all content. Her face is not in none of these. Character art, cute visuals, great vibes. Um, that's literally it. And she just did a rebrand. She just did a rebrand. Because her colors were different last year. Yeah, her colors were different last year. But she just did a rebrand. And it worked. And I think she posted that her first book got 1 million pages read on Kindle Unlimited. And we don't know what this lady looks like. So yeah. I think if you catch my drift, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I understand that it can be hard. It can be hard. It is hard. Ooh. It can be hard. It is hard at times. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to be consistent. It's hard to show up. But it's also hard to write a book. And if you wrote the book and you're able to keep writing books, then you already know how to be consistent. If you're like, hey, I never want to go to book events and I want to stay in the house, but I want them people to buy my books off of Kindle Unlimited or buy my books off of Kobo, and I'm a wide author, there are cool Facebook groups that are wide authors are on there, and they are doing amazing. There's lots of advice out here for authors who want bigger, want better, want more for themselves. There are authors who write ebooks and they sell them off their website. Do I think that's harder? Yes, if you don't have the reader base. But if the book is good, they're gonna pay for it anyway. It don't really matter. If the book is good, they're gonna pay for it. They will. I know they will. Because I do it all the time. I buy books that I like the cover and I never read it. I got books downstairs in my brew shed that I ain't never even read before. But I say it don't matter. The cover's cute. So that's the end of our TED Talk for today. This was not what I planned to talk about today. I mean, I did, but I didn't want it to be this long. But I hope that you guys can find something helpful. Leave a comment if something touched you. Share this video with other author friends because we got this. All we got is each other out here. And all of the authors that I have come across in the indie author space, the Black indie author space, because those are who my peers are. They've been nothing but kind, caring, supportive, giving me information like nobody. Don't nobody be gatekeeping with me, y'all. They be telling me the business. So, I don't know if you ask somebody for information. Maybe they just don't like y'all. I don't know. Let me stop playing. All right, guys. Have a great and amazing and beautiful day. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.